Good morning, gang. Welcome back to day 2.
Let's get locked in.
Day 1 workout. So good.
I currently have a face mask on and I just farmer carried all my groceries home for a fasted workout, and we're gonna get a good breakfast in. Then I have stuff to do this morning for work. Then we're gonna get our training session in at 12:30. So I have a little bit of work to do before then. I'm gonna show you all what I eat and how I prepare my body fuel-wise for my training session. I can't talk very much. This is starting to get really hard on my face. So let's make some breakfast. One thing I need to start bringing everywhere is my frother because my greens are looking a little clumpy right now. I'm gonna still drink it. We are in the car on the way to Diesel, which is where I train here in Tampa. They train a lot of MLB players, pro athletes. My favorite place to come and get locked in for season. As you guys saw in the previous video, we did an assessment. I think today we might start with like a full body. My biggest focus, I told them, is really just to get explosive, increase my speed, obviously while keeping my strength that I've built over the off season. That's the focus, on top of getting live reps, getting in the cages, and seeing some live pitching. Once I get to Atlanta, I get in on June 1st, well, a couple days before June 1st, but we basically go through 2 weeks of a mini spring training. That always kicks my butt, so I want to make sure that I'm ready for that, because I know that our strength and conditioning coach that our team has is gonna put us through some stuff. A lot of people think that being a pro athlete is just, you know, showing up, training, but there's really so many things that go into it that separate pro athletes from being good and then the great ones. I'm excited to give you guys kind of that inside scoop of every part of my training, so not just me lifting weights or getting faster, but the nutrition on top of that, the sleep, the stretching, the going to the fields, the mental training, all the aspects. Today's a reset. We're really getting back into it as opposed to kind of just training on my own, which pro softball is growing, and so we don't have scheduled off-season training or even scheduled in-season training. Like, we get to Georgia June 1st. We get 15 days to prep before our first game as a team, and so I don't think a lot of people see that. All of it's on our own. Our off season is what, 9 months? June, July, August. So our off season's 9 months, and then we play for 2.5 months in the summertime. Training, you know, non-stop off the machine, just really trying to stay with velo, but it's different seeing machine versus seeing a live arm with spin and movement. It's different out here, building, and it's growing, and we're trying to set the path for the younger generations to be able to play past college and continue being athletes. I mean, for me, I'm way better than I was in college, and it's crazy because I'm 27 now, but if I would have hung up the cleats at 24, there's so much more room for these female athletes to improve, and they haven't even reached their peak yet. So I feel blessed to be a part of right now trying to continue to grow softball and allow there to be a path after college for young athletes to compete. But yeah, off-season training, it is what you make it. So I'm taking advantage of this next month before we have to report. I just pulled in, so let's see what today's training looks like, and let's get locked in.
I'm gonna hit a quick rollout and warm up of my own just to kind of stretch and get ready for this. And then I'm sure they're gonna run me through a warm up that's going to correlate to whatever lift we're doing today to get my muscles ready to hit that lift. Coach!
Hey, YouTube.
The left side's always awkward for me in this throwing motion, but I do it to even out. Looks stupid though. I'm here with Coach Chris, and we're gonna go over my entire training schedule for the next, I think I'm here for 10 more days now. He's gonna run through everything, quick, concise. I'll pop it up on the screen and in the description box. That way you guys can see what my plan is to get prepped for spring training. I'm gonna sit in this chair because we all saw what happened yesterday. Cue the video.
Oh my God, literally clip it.
Absolutely eating it.
Essentially, I put 2 movement series that we'll start off with, one focusing on some single leg stability at the hip and the other focusing a little bit on shoulders, just kind of getting your shoulders kind of feeling loose. Analyze some of how her body mechanics are working, where she has any apparent deficiencies or asymmetries between her left and right sides. With that, her program is going to be tailored to addressing some of those issues, as well as her goals that she's created and that we've created together, to where she wants to focus on getting her speed back. We also want to focus on getting her body prepped in order to go play a season. I know it's going to be a lot of high intensity stuff going on throughout the week, a lot of games throughout the week, so we want to make sure her shoulders are healthy, hips healthy, ankles are ready to go. So we would go through a 5-day split for the rest of this week, and then whatever days she can get in next week. That'll include 3 full body days for this week, a speed specific day, as well as a mobility / movement day. Next week we'll kind of just get whatever days we can get in, but probably emphasize a little bit more of that speed as well as some of the movement mechanics to make sure she's going in there healthy with no injury worries.
Basically, this week we're resetting. Next week,
Getting active.
Phase 2, we pick it up a bit. So
It's time to lock in.
lock in, baby. Let's go.
Just, go ahead. Yeah. Just go the flows, but I want you to think of it as keep this leg down as far as you can, or as long as you can, as this leg lifts up as far as lift. Yep, and then when you have to go, then you'll bring the leg on cross. And as you're coming down, bring this leg down first. Yep, just like that. Lift. And bring the left knee down. And there we got single leg balance.
Kind of hard to hear Coach Chris here, so basically you just want to maintain that single leg balance. When you're reaching up and across, you want to squeeze your glutes, and then when you go down across your body, you want to make sure that you're rotating properly. You want to slightly hinge and rotate into that hip flexor.
It's hard.
Think about trying to rotate your knee outwards. Try to keep that rotation out as you go down. Non-matching socks, by the way.
Huh? Oh yeah, never have matching socks.
Feel like you're sitting into an imaginary box as you hinge back and switch. Well done.
My ankle's tired.
Yeah, all right. I think honestly it might even be more ankle than it is adductor. That makes sense, yeah. You're losing a little bit of toe pressure, but you're also,
Yeah, I don't have as much.
this guy's just coming inwards right here. I'm just trying to maintain level position. You're gonna lift up through your extra rotator to the hip.
Dude. Woo.
So you see how like when you were doing it first, your knee wanted to bend slightly, right? Because once you get to bend it, then the weight shifts from just your hip socket doing all the work to now your IT band, everything kind of help lift your leg laterally like you're doing abductions, right?
Yeah.
So with this, when you push everything else and push your hip at that same spot, it forces everything to be stable aside from that hip socket. And so you're forcing all those muscles to have to then pick the leg up and do the work. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. Feel how that left hip wants to open up every time. So we're trying to force. Let's lower this range a little bit shorter. So really slow, keep that tension in the left leg. Yep, lift, down. Yeah.
I'm literally breaking sweat so bad and only in the warm up.
There's a lot of intent behind it.
Intention, baby, we love it.
Yeah. Up, squeeze, well done. Finish. Yeah, I hurt my own hips just watching. What we're gonna work on is a single leg or a side lunge to balance. So idea being that the stabilizing leg that we come back on, your inside leg, is where we're gonna work on some of that balance. So what I want you to do, we're gonna add a little bit of anti-rotation press to add a little bit of spice to it. But yep, you're gonna press out, and then you're gonna keep that close to the body, down the side lunge, not like a cross sack where you're going toes, but instead think about hips coming over, chest comes over. Yeah, but then give me a little more bend at this knee, bend, and then push the hips back more. Yeah, keep that leg locked out right there. So think of it, when we get into these positions to swing, we're loading into the side lunge. Now we're doing it in this end range position. So that's where our side lunge is here versus being more knee dominant. So we'll press, side lunge, hinge. Yeah, straight from here to down into that rotation. Ready? Yep, pop back up. Hey. Your cues are big toe pressure driving to the ground. As you get to the top, lock that leg out, squeeze the glute. Pop up, hold, 6 each side here. And you're gonna be here and, oh, sorry, but don't think about pushing this guy here. So think more butt's gonna go back instead of you laterally pushing the knee out. Yeah, pop back up. There you go, pop up. Okay. 3-way pull aparts, pretty simple, but you got 10, 10, 10. Create some shoulder extension. So if your arm is just standing on normal, now you're thinking about pushing this shoulder out and reaching, but still push your ribcage back, there. So now from there, you're thinking reach out the whole time, and you're going up and down. You got 5 up and down, 5 left to right, keeping that tension like you're pushing your scap away the whole time, yep. And then we got 5 circles, 5 circles. The idea here is that you're basically pushing your shoulder out in end range, and while doing some dynamic perturbations, what we call it, or like rhythmic stability. And basically you're going to end range, forcing all those small stabilizing muscle fibers to then activate while you're in end range. And then now, obviously given your sport, you guys throw a lot, all that kind of stuff. You're getting into those end-range positions a lot more, that now it's a little more stable because it's already got everything firing. Because then from here, you just do this, you just go faster and faster through this process. Round, right here, go pull, yep, and then reach out specifically more to that side, yeah, there. And it's gonna feel like you wanna move your whole body, you wanna just work through the shoulder. Split stance, kind of lunge position. I want this cable to be slightly in front of you, so not directly across the body. What you're gonna think about doing is raising your knuckles straight out, arm stays fully locked in the same position, full extension. You should be feeling your scap being pulled back. And you feel that squeeze for a second, come all the way back, allow that pull to happen. Gap is coming and basically doing the work. So think, yep, reach out and come up, squeeze, hold that for a second, come back down, controlling it, arms fully locked out, yeah. A little bit higher up and across, yeah. You're gonna hold here, keeping this scap feeling gets pushed out, so we don't want to be pulled back, pushed out, and I'm just gonna be sitting here. I'm gonna go for about 15 seconds, and your goal is to just keep it in the same position. I'm just gonna do light taps, stabilizing the shoulder at that end range, 90 degrees. Think about you're pushing that scap out a little bit, but in front of you, this way, yep. So now from here, you're gonna hold this position, all right, kettlebells upside down, bottoms up, because it forces you to have to try to stabilize it through the wrist. So go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And some shakes, 5, 4, and 1. Well done. Now we're ready to go.
Lift time.
Yes. So the reason I switched to the sole step is so now you have more pressure through the inside of the foot to help create some of this arch, but you still want this knee to be slightly rotated out.
Okay.
So then split squat, yep. And then from there, you're gonna think upper body's gonna rotate, keep your weight more distributed back. And we're gonna rotate down. Step back position, load the hip. Yeah. want you to think like you're kicking through a door with your heel. Right leg's gonna be directly under the hip, left arm's locked out, slight rotation into the pelvis. It's gonna be a lot of glute stability, but also rowing mechanics. Foot's gonna be directly under your hip. You're gonna think a slight bit of internal rotation towards your right side. Yep, drive back and then drive through this heel. See the toe flex? Yep, drive through the heel right there. Keep that tension and extend that left arm more. You won't feel like you're pushing away through here. There you go. Take back a little bit more. All day.
All right, going up in weight. 4 sets in this for the first block. 4 sets is criminal. As a softballer, rotational athletes, this move is my favorite.
Banded, side lunge. Really focus on trying to get some adductors to fire here, but we're gonna add a little bit of weight because AB is a strong girl. So from here, you're gonna keep that weight right in front. Hype me up, twin. Down, we're thinking hips hinging, kicking that heel out. As we come up, we're gonna think about squeezing the legs together, get that adductor to fire as well, keeping max tension, a little bit of rotation as we go down, pop right back up. So I want you to do the same thing, but don't go as low. Down, 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 hips, 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 right there and up. That's it, that's the range right
Not gonna lie, this one is my absolute least favorite, and that's because I'm weak at it, but we're gonna get stronger. Really working my adductors because in my assessment, it said that that was a big weak point for me. So if I can make those stronger to match my glutes, legs, and overall functional strength, we'll be in good shape.
Cable punch, right? What we're trying to do is maintain center of mass in the middle of our body, but what we're gonna do to spice it up comes from the front heel being up as well. We want the hips to basically be in line, so we want to feel like we're twisting internally into our hips to where our hips are now even while we maintain that high ankle on both the front and the back heel, punching straight out. As I punch out though, it's like I'm pushing away from the obliques, so I'm not reaching forward with me, extending that back out. So what I feel is all this light up while also challenging the feet. You're driving hard through this part of your foot. Yeah. Yep.
That one's no joke, y'all. Start with 30s, but I might have to move down. I don't know. Always start heavy, move down. I think you said 6, let's go 8 though. That's good. good. The quads. Day one workout. So good. I am dying, but in the best way possible. Unfortunately, the finisher is the assault bike. I don't want to do it, but we're doing it. 6 calories as fast as possible. Let's get it. Together. It's always easier to do cardio with a partner. Go. Oh my gosh, I'm only at 2 calories left. I didn't have shoes, they're slipping. That's it? That's the finisher? That's it? Okay, perfect. I'm done. Protein shake time. Apparently there's 2 reps, so I'm not done. Why is it good to finish with something that spikes your heart rate?
Spiking your heart rate is obviously a good thing to do on an overall health perspective, but at the same time, with your sport, you're not spiking your heart rate often. When you do spike your heart rate, it basically challenges your heart and your body to make adaptations to be able to do this level of stimulus over again. And that's what leads to an increased VO2 max, more of a easier ability or recruitment to induce like high intensity force, high intensity power, something like this, where same concept as sprinting, where you want to do max intensity sprints.
Put it in there!
Hell yeah.
All the fruits. Give me it all.
But same way as sprints is like doing high intensity bouts, it forces you to basically put to max effort. And so finishing something like this, where a resistance training workout is more strength based, not as much high intensity based, unless you're doing power. But finishing something like this helps spike the heart rate, so we kind of hit all areas of the heart rate zones.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? This is zone 5 for sure. Okay, let's see if I can beat him this time. I'm in sport mode now. I wasn't in sport mode last rep, and the bottom of my feet really hurt from the spikes on this, so. Now it's protein shake time. On my recovery today, I have 10 minutes in the sauna. Before I do that, I'm actually just gonna take a couple rounds off a front toss to feel a little bit of seeing the ball, a little bit of timing. Nothing too crazy, maybe like 3 rounds of 5. That's all I got today. Coach Chris is gonna front toss me. We'll see how his skills are. Here we go. All right. You can go a little faster. I need some food. Pretty solid contact. 1. 1 more. All right, I'm good. That was today's workout. Thanks for joining. I'll catch you guys later.